you must always provide as much accurate information as possible. So if those are the addresses that you physically lived at, then that's what you're supposed to provide them with, not with what your driver's license says. And let me explain you why. Because I'm going to give you a very simple example, right? Let's say you were working in, and I'm assuming that you live in Canada, okay, and in Toronto. So I'm going to give you a Toronto example. Let's say you live in Toronto and you work in Toronto, but your address is from Niagara Falls. When you're giving your address history and your work history or your personal history, how are you going to justify your commute every day from Niagara Falls? Okay, I agree. Niagara Falls, Toronto is still doable. People still do it. But let's say you've given an address for London, Ontario, but you've been working in Toronto. How are you going to justify that you were traveling every day just for your work? So don't go with what says on your driver's license. You should actually provide the physical addresses where you've actually stayed or lived at. The accuracy of information has to be, so things have to be accurate, and then also everything has to align. Everything has to make sense for the visa officer. When you don't provide accurate information, there are chances that will raise red flags, and that will then trigger further investigation on your application. So please make sure that when you are submitting your application, you provide as much accurate information as possible. I hope that helps.